because
I think I messed up. And by that, I mean I didn't watch the Spit or Swallow Beer review yet. Welcome to the Spit or Swallow Beer review with Shagdog and Jammer. These guys are the dynamic duo of hops and barley, here to make your beer nights.
They're awesome.
If you love beer and laugh out loud fun, hit that subscribe button.
I do.
Like, comment, and share if you've ever spilled a pint. So, grab a cold one, called
I did.
and remember, life's too short to drink alone. Cheers.
Cheers, my friends.
Cheers. Prost.
Prost, yes. Yeah. Shagdog.
And I am Shagdog. Shagdog.
I'm Jammer. I got Kloster Andechs Doppelbock Dunkle Shagdog. This world famous Bock beer is from the Holy Mountain in Bavaria. And it wants to be savored, not down, my friend. This Dunkel stands firm as a rock upon the table. Its color, well, I'll tell you in about just a little bit. Oh, it does look nice.
And while you're pouring that, Jammer, I'm doing BitBurger's Raddler. 81 Beer Advocate. It's a Raddler fruit and field beer. 2.5% ABV. Wow, that's pretty low.
Yeah, that is. Bold. 3.5.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Shagdog, this one right here has a dark copper, hints of fiery red. It's bright and clear appearance. Shagdog, it just harmonizes with a firm, I don't know if you can see that, firm, beige to maybe sandy head. It looks nice and dense. It looks inviting, Shagdog. It really does. I'm going to go ahead and give it a sniff, my friend.
Now, I wonder how much you paid for that bottle there. I think I've seen that one. I didn't buy it because it was kind of expensive here. I don't know.
Mine was $4.
Oh, yeah? That probably ripped me off over here.
Actually, it was $2.75. The other one that I was going to get was $4. This one was $2.75.
Wow. Yeah, I think they rip us off here because I think I've seen that at one place and it was like $6-7 or something like that.
This has, Shagdog, some soft roasted nuts, roasted nuts type, and dried fruit. Caramel, definitely caramel. Yeah, kind of bready smelling. It's pretty inviting and enticing aroma, Shagdog, and it's really calling for me to drink it. So, cheers or prost, my friends.
Yeah, my head's almost gone. It's just a thin layer on the top now. It is a yellow, but it's a little cloudy, semi-cloudy maybe. Head's dissipated pretty much. A little bit of a lace on top. Yeah, and on the smell, we got definitely lemon zest. Maybe even a little breadiness in there, almost like a lemon bread or a lemon cake or something. Yeah, there we go. And it's sweet. Let's try it.
Good luck. Well, Shagdog, I'm going to tell you, this beer is from the Holy Mountain in Bavaria. Its taste is unmistakable. It's kind of velvety. It's strong, but it has a nice malt aroma and flavor. Yeah, it's almost got a coffee flavor, very light coffee flavor in the background, kind of undertone. And it's got a very discernible sweetness, Shagdog. It's maybe a little roasted cocoa in there and a slight hop bitterness. Really is a Doppelbock Dunkle that kind of surprised me, because usually they don't have some of these flavors, and I'm telling you, you know, the coffee and cocoa and everything, the hop bitterness, you know. But let me tell you, very delicious. Of course, I don't know if I could drink a lot of these because it is kind of on the sweet side. Mask the alcohol well. And this is a very thick bottle, you know.
Yeah.
Like they always do with those bottles in Germany and so forth. Anyway, Shagdog, back to you.
Mm. Yeah, it's lemony, almost like lemon drops, but it's like the rainbow of lemons. Because there's different lemon flavors in there. It's like, is that a fucking dish detergent lemon? Then you got, all right, is that a lemon, like a
Meringue.
Or the lemon, the taste of the smell of a lemon air freshener in your car, you know, the little tree.
Yeah.
And then, you got regular lemon zest. You got the lemon drop candy or whatever, the lemon, whatever. Those lemon candies, I forget what the hell they're called. But
Lemon drops.
yeah, lemon drops, is that what it is? Yeah.
Or lemon heads.
So it's like lemon heads, yeah. It's like the rainbow of lemons. It's all different shades of yellow. And our powerful rainbow that we have a lot of pride with. But I don't know where the hell I was going with that, but and it's only 2.5%.
You were going like this. That's what you were doing.
Yeah. Like what?
Like this.
But that's right, Jim. When you get 2 lemons, you got to put them together like that. That's 4 lemons. And the lemon trees. The lemon trees, like yeah.
An orgy of lemons.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Well, Shagdog, I just saw something on their website, which is a nice website. 21 IBUs on this beer. And some of the things that I said, it has it on here. It's saying, the roasted notes and dried fruit accompanied with accentuated caramel aroma. I said pretty much the same thing. Not in those words precisely, but, pretty much the same gist. Powerful and lusty. That's the other thing it says.
Yeah.
Yeah, rock upon its table, that kind of crap. It does. I said fiery red. It says fiery red. Wow. It does says fine poured foam, which clear appearance harmonizes with a firm fine poured foam. But they talk about the monastery, the Benedictines, all the history of it, and then the store and the pilgrimage, the church, the brewery, gastronomy, which is the butcher shop and the cafe and the bratwurst type stuff, and different events. So this is kind of neat. It's kind of interesting because this is a place you could actually go to and stay at and drink beer and pray as you're at the commode, bowing down at it. You could be praying at the same time and eating different types of foods, asking for forgiveness.
I think Raddler's over on my side of the screen, usually 40-60, right? But most times we get other brand Raddlers that got kind of grapefruit, kind of like a, not mellow yellow, what's the other? Squirt, a little bit. I don't know. 7-Up mixed with a squirt type taste. You know, a little bit of grapefruit. It's not just
what
lemon.
Was that? Raddler?
Yeah. That's the style of drink, Raddler. Yeah.
What's the brand name though? Because it started.
There's Stiegel has one.
Stiegel,
I forget other
Stiegel.
ones. Yeah, Stiegel.
That was a good one.
Yeah. It's not bad. It's too lemony though. So most of the other Rattlers I had taste more like Sprite or something.
Yeah.
This is just really lemony.
Yeah.
And then another lemon to add in there that I'm getting now is like a lemon Windex.
Wow. So it's a very chemical tasting lemon, is what I'm gathering from what you're
not really chemical
and insightful commentary is telling me. It's a chemical lemon type flavor
Not really chemical, but it's just bringing up a lot of lemon memories,
of you drinking chemicals,
like a lemon yellow sun.
which explains a lot.
No, it's just weird because I'm getting a lot of different lemon chemicals. I never drank chemicals as a child.
Mike,
I drank them. I drank them as an adult.
this is definitely a sipping beer more than it is a downing beer or a guzzling type beer, because I tell you, the sweetness after a little while and the caramel flavors, you become almost sickening. But for what it is, I will say it is a darn good beer. The flavor, the style, I say A- and a swallow and a quarter. It's still easy to drink. It's just that the more I go to it, after coming off the Forest, which was a clean, crisp lager, going into this rich and flavorful, malty, creamy, sweet, dried fruit type flavors, it can become overwhelming.
Yeah, because I went dark. Well, it was a light but dark beer lager to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's opposite. But this is pretty good. I mean, I give it an all right score. And it's light, 2.5%. I mean, I used to drink Miller 64s at one time when I went to the bar just so I didn't get as drunk.
Yeah.
That's about as low as you get as getting to an NA beer, 2.6%. So this is still 1/10 lower than the Miller 64, on the alcohol, but it's more refreshing. Hot summer day, this probably be a really good beer to drink, or 40, 60 beer. So yeah, I'd give it a B plus and a swallow and a quarter.
The BitBurger beer wasn't bad. The regular lager type beer, I remember us having that, and it wasn't bad. It's not my preference per se, but it wasn't bad.
This is pretty good. Cause, I mean, all those lemon things I said they remind me of. There is a good lemon taste in there, especially at the back end on the finish. You get like a lemon juice type taste, a little bit at the finish. So it finishes it really good, actually. So, all those lemon rainbows I told you about.
A smorgasbord of lemon tree.
Yeah, it's a lemon tree with a variety of lemon varieties. Just fucker rolled right back. Lemon variety of lemon varieties. That's how you do it.
When you drink lemon tree.
Yeah. Lemon tree chemicals.
I'm surprised you didn't say pledge. Pledge lemon.
Not really getting pledge in there, actually.
Because that's the go-to for most people. That's like a pledge lemon.
Kind of in the middle a little bit. Middle right before you get to the back end of the palate. A slight little pledge taste there, Jammer. Thank you. There's another lemon to add right there.
You got them all.
When life gives you lemons, make
how about lemon
BitBurger Radler.
Mr. Clean lemon.
Oh, yeah, I don't know about. No, I'm not tasting Mr. Clean though.
Oh, but you want to, right?
Oh, I don't want to. It's Mr. Clean, but I wonder if he's bald down there too. Oh boy! Imagine Mr. Clean's like he's got smooth arms, muscular, bald, and he's probably got a big hairy bush down there.
Anus hair braided.
This girl would probably say, "Man, Mr. Clean, you need to manscape down here because that's a false advertising, right?"
And then he'd turn around and say, "Shut up, bitch! That's the only place I can grow hair."
Now get on your hands and knees and clean that floor.
Yeah. And get that smegma from my hair. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I tell you, this is the kind of beer you drink and it's all fine, everything like that. But I've had some other beers that will really give you some butt burps.
Butt burps. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't even need beer to do that.
that's my nice way of saying farts.
Oh yeah.
Butt burps.
I tell you, this protein powder I take one, not even a full scoop, about 3/4 of a scoop on my first break at work, and then after lunch, about 30 minutes, hour after lunch,
Having a shit.
I got some horrible gas going, man. It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Oh, it's equate whey protein, so it's probably just cheap, whey protein probably. Yeah.
So yours would be butt belching.
Right.
Butt belching.
Yeah. But I'll cut some gas, and someone at work will walk by me. I'm like, oh shit! I hope they're not coming this way. And sure enough, they do. They probably walk right through that shit.
If they come often, then they like it.
That's true.
Boy.
If I see somebody coming after I do one, there, oh shit, he's over there. Let me turn around. Then I know they must not like it.
Man, you're done with yours, and I still got a quarter to go. Of course, I did have the bigger bottle.
Well, I did have a 16-ounce can, right? One pint and 0.9 ounces. What's that? 16.9.
Oh, wow. You got the same as I do.
Oh, yeah.
It's just the richness of this one is kind of...
Yeah, it's pretty easy to drink here and low alcohol, so...
Windows wants to update again after it already updated, which makes no sense to me. Why you want to update again?
Can you say do it for a different time, or?
Yeah, I put snooze for now, but
Oh, okay. Hey, prayer. Probably nobody's watching the video this far, but prayers to the families of the victims and everybody went through
Texas
that horrible.
flooding.
Yeah, that's some horrible shit there. But I mean, man. In the middle of the night, damn flood waters come rushing in like a tsunami.
You heard the latest, right? They think that's kind of like there's a conspiracy about that the government wanted it to happen.
I don't know, because they showed the storm and it's just two parts where it rained 20 inches in those two little sections of that storm. But
I do think if you're having those kind of flooding. Or that much rain dropping, the cell phones should have been going off and saying, alert, flash flooding possible in these areas. Mm-hmm. At least it might wake somebody up.
And they had a flash flood, not warning, because warning means, they're definitely going to be a flash flood watch in the afternoon, 3 o'clock for tonight. But there was flash flood warnings at 1 o'clock in the morning. Half those kids are definitely probably sleeping by then, right? 1:30.
Not unless you're putting it on the cell phones, because the cell phones would would go, no matter what. It's like the
Amber Alert.
Amber Alert, yeah.
That's pretty loud. Oh, don't do that again.
Okay. The other thing is, there's a conspiracy about the North Carolina people who have suffered from the hurricane flooding.
Hurricane Helene. Yeah, Helene.
Yeah. All that flooding there. You know how they've been able to manipulate the weather to a degree, causing different things to happen, hurricanes intensity and stuff like that. The claim is that that area, that predominant area where the flooding happened, is an area where there's a lithium deposit of great massive quantities of lithium there. And what they're claiming is that that this happened purposely, just like the fires in Hawaii and California, to force people to sell because they can't afford
fix it up.
Yeah, because they lost everything. They probably didn't have flood insurance, so they lost their house and all that stuff. They can't pay for their house. They have to declare bankruptcy and so forth. Well, I would do my best not to declare bankruptcy, and I would do my best, even if I have to live in a tent, to live on my property in order to keep my property and to keep anybody from buying it. because they're going to pay pennies on the dollars for it. They're not going to
Right.
pay a premium price. And if this is true about a lithium deposit, then I'm going to reap rewards because I'm going to turn around and say, hey, you can't have any of my lithium. I'm going
Right.
to mine it myself. And I'll, do what I can to make that happen if I have to.
Yeah, this one in Texas, I saw something where they say, "Oh, look at this! Something happened in some red light, some type of red light, and it's on the top of clouds or something." They said that's satellites causing that, or some shit. I don't know. But the storm did come because there was a tropical storm or
Yeah.
whatever out in the Pacific, and it kind of flared out in Mexico, but then it built back up because something else came in and made it flare back up over Texas. So
And the other thing is that those laser with the fires that happened down in Hawaii.
white, yeah, the blue, anything that was blue didn't catch on fire.
Yeah, exactly. There's buildings that been torched to the ground next to another building that had a blue roof and it didn't get torched at
Yeah,
all.
something with lasers and blue can't burn blue or something, right?
Yeah, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what they're claiming, and that's what a lot of the videos you see people doing with the lasers, and all that stuff. But if it is even remotely true, that just tells you how depraved, how demonic these people are.
Yeah,
It's just like if there's a cure for cancer out there, and if it's been there for years and years, and there's probably multiple cures because I don't think there's one possible cure, just only one cure. I think there's many different variations of cures, and I think a lot of it is natural herbal remedies,
right.
but also there's probably some actual medical remedies, man-made drugs that can do it too. But they have kept it from people being able to get access to it or people from being able to use it or whatever. And and that my opinion is you are the lowest of all lows when it comes to you're worse than the the worst creature slithering across the earth, man. I mean, it's just like you're that low. I'm sorry, but you are the worst of human.
Yeah. It's all pharmacy, man. It's a big business right there. Everything's big business.
And many people don't realize it. Many people don't think about it. But if you're involved in that industry, if you're involved in some way suppressing or pushing a certain treatment, you're just as bad.
Yeah, and even
Especially if you know
doctors,
better.
especially if doctors that know about it and are like,
Yeah. Why aren't you?
Awesome.
Yeah, well, that would affect. I have a customer coming to me for treatment, and I go ahead and turn them on to this. Let me tell you, there was this. Let me tell you a little story. I was doing insurance work, selling life insurance and stuff like that years ago. In my younger days, in my youth, and I would go around to different people's houses and so forth. And I remember having to go across the tracks into this one predominantly black community from many years ago. And a lot of the older black people were living there and everything. And I went to this one gentleman's house. He wouldn't look me in the eye. He constantly would, look down and all that stuff, which, I stopped and I realized this is what a lot of black people were taught back in the day, way back in the day. Not to look the white man in the eye and stuff like that. I treated everybody the same, with mutual respect as a human being, and I would constantly try to, get in front of him and talk to him eye to eye. But he was talking about this sore that he had on his leg. It was a big gaping hole. I mean, really big gaping hole, just draining pus and stuff out of it, and it was disgusting. And he kept going on about, I have to go take the bus. I got to get the public transportation, this bus. I have to be there at a certain time, and then I'm there hours early for my doctor's appointment. And they've been giving me this salve and giving me this other stuff and all this crap. Nothing is healing it up, and it's just getting worse and worse and worse. And they're talking about the possibility that if it gets much worse, that I end up losing my leg and all these different things. He's going on and on about it. And I told him, I said, you know what? why don't you just use peroxide, hydrogen peroxide? I said, why don't you just pour hydrogen peroxide in there? And he goes, what is that supposed to do? I said, well, it cleans from the inside out. So if there's an infection or if it's germs or bacteria in there, it's going to kill that bacteria. It's going to clean it up, and it's going to cause it to heal up, crust over and heal up. I said, but I mean, I'm not a doctor. I said, I can't. But I tell you what, if it was me, I would at least try it, because what the hell you got to lose? I mean, I definitely don't want to lose my fucking leg. All right.
Right.
And I told him that. I said, and I'd hate to see you lose your leg just because some stupid, you can't get it. So, needless to say, he goes, I'm going to try that. All right. So a few months later, I go back to his house and everything. And he goes, hey, Jammer, man. Oh, my God. Thank you so much. He goes, guess what? Look at this. And it was a big old scab where it's healed up. It was a dimple, but it was a big old scab where it had healed up and it's starting to get better. He goes, all these doctors, all those visits I went, all that trouble, getting up early and doing this and that, and to think hydrogen peroxide did this, just healing it up. He goes, thank you so much. He was just in immense gratitude because I was telling him, why don't you try that? Just tell you, these doctors don't know anything. Mm-hmm. And if they do know anything, they don't give a shit about you.
Yeah, a lot of times they guess. They don't even with tests, even when you get X-rays, MRIs, or whatever, they're guessing. They're not. You might have one at the fucking bottom of this fucking class, or who knows. Yeah. And they're, you probably had this. You're probably. I've been told this twice. You're probably born that way, or you had some injury when you were a kid, or something. Yeah. Okay, it doesn't. Anyhow. Yeah.
Is that why you were riding the short bus?
No.
You were born this way? Or you had an accident as a kid?
I'm born that way.
But I mean, think about that, Shagdog. It's something so simple. What, 90 cents? $1
no, short bus was free.
Yeah, but I'm saying 90 cents, $1 for the hydrogen peroxide.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the short bus.
Think about that.
Yeah.
And he's spending what little money he had from his Social Security, and they're charging his Medicare. I mean, charging that big bucks for these salves and all these different prescriptions they gave him and everything.
I usually listen to your remedies, although I didn't drink the silver. That's the only thing I never done.
Yeah, well, I'll just tell you this: get a silver tray or whatever, something silver. Put your fruit next to it and see if it don't last longer.
Really? Well, I tell my mother that. Well, tomatoes last longer than that? Although I told my mother you can't keep tomatoes out more than like 4 or 5 days.
Well, if you have a silver tray, you can keep it out longer.
Oh, okay.
But it has to be silver. See, that's the thing. Silver is expensive.
Yeah, you might get something fake.
Yeah, well, even silver coated is better than no silver.
Silver is a lot cheaper than gold.
See, that's one of the reasons why, if you think about it, silverware. Silverware. It only became stainless in this century, where people were, doing stainless steel. But it used to be called silverware.
Because it was silver.
Yeah, it was. Why was it made out of silver?
Yeah, I wish I could find someone's silverware.
You know what I'm saying? Well, you could if you go to these estate sales or these like Goodwill or Salvation Army. You get lucky enough to come across the silver, and you can get it for a discount price. It'd still be expensive, but you could get it for a discounted price.
I think silver is going for like $70-some an ounce right now, but gold's like way up there.
That's the other thing. Gold. That was the other stuff. They used gold. Eat on golden plates and stuff like that, silver trays and everything. And here's the other one. What, if you remember ever hearing, born with a silver spoon in his mouth? Mm-hmm. Well, the silver spoon. Why a silver spoon? It was antimicrobial, antibacterial qualities of silver. Everything. Yes, it denotes wealth, but it also denotes, hey, these qualities where the wealthy people get to survive. The wealthy people live longer, while the poor eat with wooden spoons and forks or with their hands.
from hand to mouth.
Yeah, hand to mouth. Yeah,
The
working
rich
hand
drink,
to mouth.
the rich drinking from the golden cup.
Yeah,
And
the
it just makes
golden
me
cup.
wonder why so many lose, why so few win. It gave me something to believe in.
Golden cup. That's the other thing. I mean, think about it. You're drinking water from a golden cup,
Yes.
or beer, or whatever. Anyway, let's get to the next beer. Just little seeds for thought, right?
All right, let's do it because I gotta go to bed in like 25 minutes.
Jammer, Spit or Swallow beer review.
Shagdog. See you later.